And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Well, these are players that have a job to do, and they've been doing it very well. Here's a look at the top passing point guards in the NBA over the course of the past 10 games. And you look at Mr. Clutch, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
And he's been doing everything you want from that position, getting everyone involved, making sure the defense has to worry about all 5 guys on the court.
Not only has he been doing all that, but as his assist rank illustrates, he's been doing it better than any other point guard in the league. You can't give him enough credit for his passing this season.
The drive by Bryant.
And now let's take a look at Alec Burks' numbers. How this season has been coming along for him. He's averaging 11 points per game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, I think, guys, when you look overall at his contributions.
Yeah, and he's always looking to raise his game, and that's what you see in his consistency. One of the important characteristics that he brings to the table.
One-on-one here. Here's Kobe. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
And you know, last game, guys, he shot very well from the stripe. Made a nice contribution there.
Yeah, he sure did. Turned in a really nice performance.
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
Good checked in for Utah. And so it's Utah here with the ball. It's a 2-point differential. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Oh, trying for it. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And it's Johnson penetrating. And it's all evened up. Johnson's got 8.
Both teams on fire right from the opening tip.
Pedal to the throttle, Steve, just like we like. Let's check out how the Lakers stacked up, Kevin, over the last month in NBA statistics. 7th in field goal percentage, 10th in free throw percentage. And they're in the top half of the league in shooting from deep as well. This is a strong suit for this team, knocking down those shots from behind the arc.
And they've shot the ball pretty well. You talked about that field goal percentage. And I think it just shows that they're playing well together, they're playing hard, and they're playing well at both ends of the floor. Because in order to have a good field goal percentage, you have to play good defense as well.
No good off the front iron.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
There's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by Johnson, and he can't jam it through. The Los Angeles Lakers, the NBA's most successful franchise over the last 3 decades, since 1980. 10, guys, count them, 10 titles.
That's remarkable, and they've led the way from a business standpoint as well, Kevin. They pioneered televising their home games where some teams had worried about undercutting ticket sales. A lot of great ideas and dynamics that have helped this franchise become what it is.
Last game for the Lakers, they picked up the W against Golden State.
And they did just what you have to do as a road team, guys. They never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Seemed like every time they took a punch, they had a counter.
You'll like this, Steve. Reverse spurtability, we call that. They had any defensive lapses, they immediately made up for it with some instant offense.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Utah's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a point guard sometimes.
Yeah, when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these 2 teams locked in such a close game.
There's Mr. Clutch, defended by Lynn. The shot's good for Mr. Clutch.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical, be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Here's Lynn. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Jeremy Lin, as you would expect, focused on addressing his weaknesses, trying to get better with his left hand, passing, dribbling, and finishing. Even his mental approach, training himself to expect success and to keep that next play mentality.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Drills the 3-pointer. Mr. Clutch has got 17 now.
Boy, that is just good stuff for him. Nice touch.
Outside, Lynn. Johnson up top. Against Golden State, he was really on his game. And it's Bryant at the elbow. The kick out to Boozer. Clock at 4. Shoots. And the basket by Kobe. He's got 10. And see, the other thing that Lynn has worked to improve is his defense.
Yeah, well, you look at his rate of steals and blocks, it's pretty good. And then, the biggest thing for him is just staying in front of his man. That's so tough to do these days in the NBA with so many lightning-fast point guards. But Lynn has worked hard to improve in that area, and I think it's really paid off for him. Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Outside, Kobe. Boozer with the screen for Kobe. Soft touch off the glass. Bryant's got 12 points in the game.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself.
And another. Once again, shot good for Mr. Clutch. And the Jazz lead by 7.
They've worked hard in creating great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
To match that effort at the defensive end, look out.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Utah also making some changes. Gobert, he's checked in for Cantor. Trevor Booker comes in for Derek Favors. And it's Exum in for Alec Burks. Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, nice tip in to salvage the points from the missed shot. And made it work.
Yeah, and those second chance points, Clark, they do add up.
Yes, sir.
They sure do. That's why boxing out is so important defensively. You can't just let a guy get to the rim and not put a body on him. He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Ball's knocked loose, and the Jazz pushing it up now. Here's Mr. Clutch. Finishes the break with a slam. The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size.
Not bad at all. How about that spring coming out of those legs?
Pick up by Hill. Man, terrific design on the big play, and he lays it in.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Here's Gobert, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Nash dishes to Henry. Pass to Young. Randall with a screen for Young. And Hill has it in the corner. Back to Young. Shot clock at 6. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Exum, finished off the break. And now it's an 11-point Utah lead. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Jazz.
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers, turning them over.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
No good from Mr. Clutch.
That was a layup. You've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
They push it up 4 on 3. Unloads from 13. And the shot is good. Mr. Clutch has got 27 points.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Nash, the pass to Young. Pick up by Hill. The dish now to Nash. Just 5 on the clock. Gobert pulls it in.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Nash with the block. They retain possession. Here's Mr. Clutch. He takes that one up and powers it through.
They couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
And Nash, here we go.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
The Lakers have been...
Substitution on the court.
Utah comes into this one after the win against the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, in that game, Kevin, they did damage in all sorts of different ways. They were pretty much unstoppable offensively.
Yeah, it was showtime, Steve. They showed off every resource they had at that end of the floor.
Lynn and Kobe are your 1 and your 2. Davis is out there with Boozer, and it's Johnson in at the small forward. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
No slowing him down, just some incredible numbers from Mr. Clutch. He's got 30 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
Yeah, that's been an important part of his game today. He's made his open look.
Here's Lynn, and it's blocked, and they get it back. Davis with the bucket. Here's Mr. Clutch. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Lets it go from 11. Good. Mr. Clutch has got 4 points now in the quarter.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. And we can look quickly at a group of rookies having a very good run, the top scoring first-year players in the NBA for the past 10 games. And you look at Mr. Clutch, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
He gave them a luxury in those games that a lot of teams don't have, being able to plug a rookie in and know he's going to carry his weight offensively.
Steve, there's no doubt his teammates and coach have a tremendous amount of confidence in him right now. Boy, what a slick job of passing from Jeremy Lin on that one.
Here's Mr. Clutch, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam. The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size.
Not bad at all. How about that spring coming out of those legs?
He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And if we see a few more of them, this game could be in danger of getting out of hand quickly.
Lynn kicks to Davis. Boom, he jams it straight down. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw, the defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Now let's send it to Doris on the sideline.
Well, thank you, Kevin. There are a lot of questions as to how Dante Exum will develop as a player. He has the skill to be a two-guard, but grew up playing point guard. He would prefer the point, saying that's the position that has got me here. That's what I want to be going forward. We'll see if the coaches agree, Kevin.
We'll see how it plays out. Thanks, Doris. Here's Mr. Clutch. Good. Mr. Clutch has got 37.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that. And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
So that's become one of the stories of the first half. Just piling up the paint.
Ryan Kelly, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Jazz leading by 8.
Well, Ed Davis, in his 5th season out of North Carolina, he's had to battle for minutes both in Toronto and Memphis, but has produced when he's been on the court. An active, athletic big man. He's a player to watch.
Lynn dishes to Bryant. Pass to Johnson. Outside, Lynn. Kicks it to Davis. Shot clock at 5. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Burks. Bryant with the rebound.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
They set the pick. Rebounded by the Jazz. Favors has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Mr. Clutch. And Utah, another 3.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
Yep, that's twice in a row now where they've done exactly the opposite and backed off.
Lynn the pass to Kelly. Poked away. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Pushes it down to finish the break.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof.
Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Shoots from 14, and Utah again with the bucket.
You know, he's showing some kind of a killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
Lakers trail by 18.